Hello, everyone. Welcome back for another Pick a Card. So, for this reading topic, we're going to ask how different is your future spouse from your previous connections? Let's see, what differences are you going to be seeing? Okay. So, we have here three cards that you can choose from: group one, group two, and then group number three. Hi, group number one. Let's get started with your reading. Spirit guides, archangels, and angels, please provide some guided messages for the collective who chose group one. So let's find out how different is your future spouse from your previous connections. What are the differences that you would be seeing or noticing? All right. We have here Queen of Cups. You have Ace of Wands. Eight of Pentacles. Ace of Swords. Two of Pentacles. And then Eight of Swords in reverse. Wow, this is very straightforward. You got Five of Swords in reverse. This is so freaking beautiful. All right, so here's what I'm seeing for group number one about the differences that you would notice about your future spouse versus your previous connections. What you would actually notice is that with your future spouse, you're definitely going to be seeing that this person is really willing to work with you. Okay? This person is actually not afraid to show how they truly feel about you and that they're willing to make it work, even if you guys would definitely encounter some hardships and obstacles in your relationship. That's not to say that they're really going to be giving up on you right away. All right. I'm also getting here with the Two of Pentacles. There's balance for sure. All right. That's a difference. So maybe in your previous connections or past relationships, you may have noticed that it's always you who's pulling up a lot of effort, or you're actually more invested into the connection, but this person is actually not. Right? So that is really a great sign, which is why this is your future spouse, because you would be actually noticing and seeing that it's the both of you really working together on this partnership. There's a lot of passion, and I feel as well that this person is not afraid to speak their truth. Okay, they're going to be very clear with how they feel, because Queen of Cups is talking about emotions as well, or feelings. Plus, speaking of which, with this Queen of Cups, I'm also getting here that this person is able to either communicate their feelings coming from their heart, or they can actually, connect with you on a deeper or more emotional level. Whereas maybe in the past, or your past relationships or past connections, either they're not emotionally available. I keep on hearing that there's something about your past connections in which they're not really expressing their feelings, or they're having a hard time expressing their true emotions for you. Okay. So that's really, one of the things that you need to look out for about the differences between this future spouse of yours as well as your past relationships or past connections. All right, let's try to pull up another set of cards. How different is your future spouse from your previous connections or past relationships? All right, you got the unseen. Too much is hidden from you. Oh, yes, look at that. Seventh chakra, Archangel Uriel. Oh, gosh, how straightforward is that, you guys? You got the insane, which says too much is hidden from you. You got the crown chakra, and then you got the honesty card. How straightforward is that? So obviously, you guys, the difference that you would really notice about the connection between your future spouse and from your previous connections or past connections is that with your future spouse, there's honesty. This is exactly what I was just talking about earlier when I saw the Ace of Swords. All right, this person is speaking their truth. I just said that earlier. Whereas in the past, you may have encountered, people in which they're always hiding their emotions. They're having a hard time expressing their truth, or either they're emotionally unavailable, which is why the connection didn't really grow. Wow. And I feel as well that for others of you, honestly, Spirit is kind of like saying, some of you, you have dealt with, a person who's probably a bit toxic. I'm really getting that, or there's a lot of toxicity in the connection. It's not to say that this future spouse is going to be way too perfect for you or everything else is perfect. Of course, there's no perfect marriage or relationship, but at least what matters is that in this connection with your future spouse, you're definitely seeing clarity, all right? There's honesty, there's openness versus where in the past, maybe there's a lot of things that are hidden. This person is probably not being very straightforward with you, all right? Gosh, this is so nice. Let's see, what else? How different is your future spouse from your previous connections? Waiting game in reverse? Making a choice, right? Oh, really? Wow. And then great achievement. Wow. Okay. So, based on these three cards, what I'm actually hearing from Spirit, another difference that you would actually notice about your future spouse or the experience that you will be having with this future spouse versus your past relationships or exes or whatsoever is that maybe in the past, all right, the people you've dealt with, either there's a lot of, with this waiting game, either there's a lot of stuck energy in your connection. Okay, either you're always waiting for this person to either choose you or waiting for this person to make a move towards you. For some of you, I'll be very honest, what I'm actually seeing here is that for others of you, you may have dealt with a person who treated you as an option. I really got that, especially when I saw this making a choice. But with this future spouse is clear with what he or she wants. This person wants you, and they're really going to be pulling up effort and really prove to you that I want you. I'm serious. You don't have to, sit around all day and, figure out, is this person likes me? Does he like me? Does this person feel the same way? Will he make a move towards me? All right. Because always remember, and this is something that I always share, when a guy, especially for the women watching this group, because majority of the viewers are actually divine feminine, okay? When a guy is seriously into you, I tell you that, they're really going to be taking action, okay? They're really going to be pulling up effort if they're really into you. So I feel this is definitely one of the things that you would really notice with the experience that you'll be having with your future spouse versus your past connections. Because this future spouse of yours is definitely not going to be treating you as if you are an option. And that's why we're talking about your future spouse. The fact that this is your husband or this is actually your future wife, right? Because they know that they want you. They know that they see themselves, being, in a relationship with you or having a future rather with you. But what I'm actually seeing here is that for some of you guys, maybe you have dealt with somebody who actually treated you as if you're actually an option or they actually made you wait. And here you are, you're sitting around and waiting for this person to text you or to choose you or what, okay? So that's the difference. Let's try to pull up another set of cards. This is quite interesting. How different is your future spouse from your past connections? And by the way, the reason why I decided to come up with this topic, or this type of a reading, it's because I suddenly remembered this person I know. She was actually saying, "Wow, my husband is treating me far more better than my ex." Okay, and yeah, you should never compare, but you can't help it at times because you would definitely notice that there's a huge difference because her ex was like treating her as if she's an option, or that she's not really that important, that this ex of hers was always trying to prioritize his friends rather than her. But this time around, her husband is somebody who really treats her so special, like a queen. Okay, so again, that's why I kind of like decided to come up with this type of a reading, because it's quite interesting to find out what will be the difference, or how different will it be with this future spouse of yours versus your previous connections. Let's see. You got forgiveness. Let's pull up another card. Creation. Wow. Cards are really stuck together. So maybe that's it. It's like your future spouse is really stuck on you, or you guys are really, stuck on each other, right? Well, obviously, because this is between your future spouse and your past connections. Well, finally, there you go. You got Earth sign. Okay. So with the Earth sign, I feel that, again, this could also be your future spouse. All right. They may have Taurus, a Virgo, or Capricorn in their chart. So that could also be a difference for some of you, not all of you. All right. Maybe right now or in the past, your exes, or the people that you have dealt with, either their water sign or air sign, but they're also showing me here in terms of sign. Okay. This person may have strong or heavy earth in their chart. Okay. And I feel this is also beautiful because earth signs, they're actually all about stability. They're all about something that is really going to last for a lifetime at least, or long term. Okay. So even when it comes to partnerships, so I feel for group number one, the difference that you would also see in your connection between your future spouse versus your past connections is that this person is really, I'm looking forward to building a really stable relationship with you. Okay. And I'm also getting here with this creation and the forgiveness card. I'm more like picking up like where some of you would also notice that this person is also going to be willing to admit their mistakes. That's what I actually heard. Or they're really going to be pulling up an effort to show you that, hey, I'm sorry, that was my bad. I'm really willing to make things work. All right. Let's start all over again. I'm really getting that for group number one as well. Yeah, because you got rest and reconsider. So I'm really getting here as well that for some of you, the difference that you would also notice about your relationship or your experience with your future spouse versus your past connection is that you would also notice that this person is also going to be more protective of you. That's really what I'm hearing. Okay. I feel that this person is willing to fight. I'm hearing the word, fighting for the relationship, fighting for you. Maybe in the past you didn't really experience that. You felt as if that this person easily gave up on the connection. Okay. But this person is willing to make it work, willing to fight for the connection, and even willing to forgive. All right. This person is really, serious because they know that, they're not perfect themselves. All right, that's what I'm hearing. So even if it's actually you who may have done something wrong and it may have hurt this, future spouse of yours, it's not to say that they're easily going to be giving up and saying, okay, let's just, quit this marriage or quit this, connection. I feel that with this rest and reconsider, they're still willing, to work on the relationship, okay? Really try to fight for this partnership. So that's a great sign that they're really eager to work with you, that they're really eager to build this relationship, even though it will be challenging or it will also have a lot of, challenges or obstacles, okay? So yeah, let's try to pull up another card here. Oh, yes. Look at that. Awakening. Let's pull up another one. Oh, look at that. Milk and honey. Oh my gosh. All right. So here's what I'm actually seeing. For some of you, it's more of like a message from Spirit. Spirit is actually saying that your past relationships, or for those relationships from your past that didn't actually work out, like what I said in my other of my readings, there is a reason why we actually, came across those people or why we met those people. It's just basically part of our journey. Just like, with this guy over here, he decided to take a rest, all right? Um, and so I'm actually getting here that they are just people who were brought into your life because there are going to be some valuable lessons that you will be getting from it, all right? It's like they're basically an instrument to trigger you with something so that you will finally be awakened here. You're finally going to be realizing, okay, why is it that this connection is actually not working? Maybe I needed to love myself more. Maybe I'm not loving myself so much. And that's why I don't attract the right type of love or a healthy type of partnership. That's more of like what I'm hearing when I saw these three cards for you guys, okay? But when it comes to your experience with your future spouse, the difference that you also be seeing is that even though, all right, that you guys would clash, and again, like what I always say, there's no such thing as a perfect marriage or relationship. What's interesting is that this future spouse of yours is really, willing to make things work with you. All right. They're not really just going to be, giving up on you right away. They're willing to fight for it. So the word compromise is also very, very strong here. Maybe for some of you guys, you may have dealt with somebody from your past in which it's my way or the highway. All right. Like, I don't care about how you feel. This is what I want. But as for your future spouse, I'm more of like getting that this person is concerned about your 5 cents, or they're concerned about how it would actually make you feel. All right. And so I'm getting a very mature energy as well here. That's another difference that you would be noticing in your connection or in your partnership with your future spouse versus people from the past, exes, and all that. Wow, this is interesting. Let's try to pull up another set of cards. How different is your future spouse from your previous connections, or what are the differences that you would be noticing? Retreat, okay. And then he got the marriage. Well, yeah, because this is your future spouse. All right, let's try to pull it more. Oh, yes. Oh my gosh. This is so freaking beautiful. So, again, what they're actually showing me here is that this person or your future spouse, like what I said, They're not really going to be giving up on you right away. They're really committed with this marriage. That's what I heard. Okay? They're really, very much decided, okay, to work on this partnership with you. And again, commitment is also a decision, right? They're very, very committed to make things work with you. Another message that's coming through, if I'm going to read the cards intuitively as well, I'm actually hearing that for some of you, your future spouse is actually from a different culture. Okay. So if your previous relationships, you were actually, yeah, in a relationship with somebody from the same culture as you, I'm honestly getting that for others of you, your future spouse is totally from a different, culture or ethnicity. All right. So even though there's differences, no wonder you got the milk and honey, and they're actually different, but both of them are sweet. So I'm also getting that even though there's differences between you and your future spouse, you guys can actually, create balance or really, complement each other so much. So yeah, for others of you, there could also be difference in terms of age. I'm also hearing that. So for instance, maybe in the past, you're always attracted to people who are of the same age as you or younger than you, but this person is actually a lot more older. That's another possibility that I'm actually hearing from spirit. Wow, this is so freaking nice. Okay, let's pull up another one. Aw, you got sweetheart. Oh my gosh. And it says unconditional love. Oh boy, I love this. And you got family. And then you got mask. All right. Again, this is very, very straightforward, you guys. What they're actually showing me here is that, yeah, your future spouse is really going to be treating you so special. You are this person's beloved. They're also capable of demonstrating unconditional love. All right. I won't be surprised if you will have, children, of course, with your future spouse, because you also have the family over here. For some of you, maybe, yeah, 2 kids or 3 kids. Another message that's coming through, honestly, for some of you, there's still a possibility, not for all of you, but there's still a possibility that the difference that you would also be noticing is that your future spouse is already, a dad or a mom. Okay, not for all of you, but that's a possibility for some. Maybe in your previous connections, either they're all single or they don't have children, but your future spouse is most probably, not for all of you, but most probably already have a child or a kid from another marriage. That's also a possibility. Plus, I'm also hearing another message in which they're also showing me here that your future spouse is more family oriented. Okay, that's another difference that you would notice, that they're really, close to their family, whether they're immediate family. Plus, again, this is talking about how honest they are, because you got the honesty card, right? And now you got the mask. So maybe, like what I said, you may have dealt with people from your past where there's a lot of things that are hidden because you got too much is hidden from you. All right. So that's the major thing that you really need to look out for, or you would really experience by the time you would meet your future spouse, because this person is really going to be open and honest with you. They're not really going to be hiding anything. And especially, when it comes to, yeah, your marital connection, it's very important that there are no secrets, all right? That you're really open towards each other. So, yeah, this is so freaking beautiful, you guys. So, let's just pull up one last card. Let's try this one. Ooh, cards are flying out. So you got teddy bear. Aw, interested in you. Blooming romance, flirting. Okay. And he got engagement ring, higher commitment, eternity, partnership and union, and then completion. All right. And then he got not enough. All right. So this is really beautiful, you guys. With the not enough, let's start off with that. I feel that in your previous relationships or connections, maybe, these people or somebody may have actually made you feel as if that you're not good enough. And that's exactly why I decided to come up with this reading, because I was inspired by the story of this person that I know, where she was actually talking about how her previous, partner or ex was treating her as if she's, not good enough, basically, because he doesn't even want to really acknowledge her as a girlfriend, or at least, introduce her to um, his friends and all that. And so that person actually made her feel really, like less or not important or valued. That's more of like what I'm getting. So I feel this is the same case for some of you guys, in which maybe your past connections may have made you feel that you're not good enough, all right? Or you may also notice a lot of, power struggle. I'm also hearing that. Or maybe your past connection is actually, kind of like surrounded with a lot of ego and fear based energies, which really made you feel frustrated. Now, as for your future spouse, oh my gosh, this person is really warm and fuzzy like a teddy bear. All right. I feel there's security in this connection for sure. And yeah, this person is definitely going to be showing you that they're really into you. All right. That they're committed, like what I said with this engagement ring. Because again, that's why this is your future spouse. They chose to marry you. They really wanted to be with you, if not for a lifetime, at least for a very long time. All right. Wow. I so freaking love this for group number one. So there you go. That is all I have for you. I hope you enjoyed this reading, and then I'll see you again next week. Bye for now. Okay, group number two, let's find out how different is your future spouse from your previous connections or past relationships. What are the differences that you would actually notice? Let's see, okay? Spirit guides, archangels, and angels, please provide some guided messages for the collective we chose, group number two. All right, you have your Seven of Cups, Page of Wands, Page of Swords, Eight of Cups, you have here Knight of Cups, oops, a lot of cards. Let's just get one more. Okay, you got the Hermit. Okay. At the bottom of the deck, wow, look at this. Three of Pentacles. All right, so here's what I'm seeing for group number two. The difference that you would actually notice between your future spouse versus the people that you've dealt with from your past or your previous connections and past relationships. For some of you, I'm really seeing here age, okay? All right, not for all of you, but I'm actually getting here that your future spouse is a lot more younger than you. That was so strong. And for others of you, even though they're probably younger than you, I'm still seeing here that this person is mature. All right. I'm not getting this vibe that this person is immature or this person's acting childish or what. I'm more of like getting that they're just probably younger than you or not of the same age as you. I'm also getting here that for others of you, your future spouse is also somebody who is more expressive of their feelings. Okay, that's also what I'm getting. If in the past you may have dealt with people who's always, masking their emotions or not wanting to tell you about how they feel, I'm getting here that this person is somebody who's really going to be straightforward with you. They're really going to be open and honest with their intentions as well. All right. Plus, I'm also getting here that this person is actually not going to be wishy washy. That's really what I got when I saw this Seven of Cups. Okay. This person is actually clear, like what I said, clear with what it is that they want. When they want something, they're really going to be going after it. It's not like, all right, I like group number two, but I really don't know if I should pursue her or him or what. I'm just really getting that this future spouse of yours is somebody who's very clear headed, and they're really going to be straightforward with what it is that they want. Okay, that you don't need to figure things out whether does this person really like me or not. Plus, what I'm also, interested in is to see this Three of Pentacles card. So this is actually a great card to get because this card talks about collaboration, all right, working together. All right. So maybe, in your previous connections or your past relationships, you may probably have noticed that it's always you who's doing the work. All right. You're always, kind of like more the one who's invested into the relationship or into the connection. But with this future spouse of yours, you can definitely see, some changes happening in your relationship because this person is really willing to make things work. They're really, wanting, to work with you, or you guys are really going to be supporting each other so much, which makes any relationship successful. All right. This does not only apply when it comes to marriage or boyfriend and girlfriend relationship, but even when it comes to your coworkers or your colleagues and your friendships, right? There should always be partnership or teamwork and unity, which actually helps the connection to grow. And lastly, I'm also seeing here that one of the differences that you would also notice about your future spouse versus your previous relationships or connections, this person is really, deeply into you in such a way that they are really going to be asking questions, like really, showing you that they really wanted to find out more about you on a deeper level. Okay. Like they really wanted to find out what is it that you want? What is it that you don't like? All right. Those are the things that you should also pay attention to, or the things that you would actually, witness yourself or notice. Wow. All right. Let's try to pull up another set of cards. How different is your future spouse from your previous connections? Oh, yes. Look at that. Receptivity. That is so freaking straightforward. There's that beautiful exchange between you and your future spouse. All right. It says here, allow yourself to receive, allow yourself to give. And this is exactly what I was just talking about earlier. Because maybe for some of you guys who may have noticed in your past relationships or connections, it's like you're always the one who's giving affection, time, energy into the connection, but this person is not willing to, you know, give something back to you, all right? Or either they're not really open to receiving love, even, okay? But here, we're definitely seeing that there's going to be that beautiful balance between you and your future spouse. All right. There's that beautiful exchange. There's giving and receiving between you both. And again, life is all about balance, right? So balance is the key. Balance is very, very important in any type of relationship. Okay, you got indecision, which is quite interesting because you got the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is for me an indecision card because it talks about a person having a hard time figuring out which is which, all right, which cup to choose. And then health. Wow, with health, this is just basically spirit saying that this is a far more healthier partnership. Okay, not to say it's a perfect relationship, all right, because there's no such thing as a perfect marriage, perfect relationship, but at least you would definitely notice that this is going to be a healthy partnership because of this beautiful balance. All right. There's really that beautiful giving and receiving energy, just like what I said earlier. Plus, with this indecision card over here, I feel that this is Spirit's way of saying that maybe in your past connections, you may have noticed that you are confused yourself. All right. You're confused what this person wants with you. Where is this heading? Where is this going anyway? But since this is your future spouse that we're talking about, and the fact that they chose to even marry you, right? Basically, that is a sign that they're going to be very clear. All right. They're not really going to mess with your head. You don't really need to figure things out, whether they even like you or not. All right. Because that's really what I'm picking up here. This person's very clear. I keep on hearing the word clear, clear with what it is that they want, or they're really going to be clear when it comes to them expressing their true intentions for you. Let's see what else. All right. Again, you got a card that talks about balance. I can't believe it. Wow. We have the Six of Pentacles, which is also a card that talks about balance. And you see here this woman, she's trying to balance herself. Oh my gosh. So I noticed for group number 2, the strongest keyword that I'm actually getting here, it's balance. That's the difference that you would be noticing or witnessing and experiencing with your connection with your future spouse versus your past relationships or connections. That's why those connections didn't work out for you, okay? Because maybe in your previous connections or past relationships, there is a lack of balance, okay? But with this connection that you'll be having in the future with your future spouse, you can definitely see that there's that beautiful balance, which makes the relationship really healthy. Wow. I feel as well that you're going to be each other's strength or rock. That's really what I'm hearing. That's why there's also that energy of balance here. Like, for instance, to give you an example, um, when you're actually feeling down, this future spouse of yours is really going to make you feel that, hey, I'm here. All right. I will support you. Remember the Three of Pentacles card, which talks about unity, teamwork, cooperation, collaboration, right? That's it. That's how you're actually going to be seeing those changes. All right. Because you would be witnessing it yourself that this person is really dependable and sincere, or this person is going to make you feel that, hey, I'm here. I am your rock, right? And I feel that this is also going to be the case for your future spouse. I mean, they are also going to be, feeling that you're always there for them. So again, in other words, there's really that beautiful balance between you both. You guys are really working together as one here. Oh my gosh. You got friends and colleagues. Okay. So for some of you, here's what I'm hearing. It can also be that your future spouse is somebody that you are going to be working with. All right. But I'm more of like hearing with this friends and colleagues card, what Spirit is actually saying, the difference that you would also be noticing in this partnership is that you are going to be really great friends with your future spouse. Okay. And this is something that I always say in my readings. Usually, if you notice, successful, marriages or connections, if you try to pay attention, you would notice that they're also great friends with each other, or they are best friends with each other. That's what makes a relationship really successful. Okay, that you're also best friend or friend to your partner. So this is another thing to watch out for, or what you are going to be experiencing yourself. Wow, I love this. The fact that you guys are also great friends. That's why I heard that you guys are each other's rocks. Okay, what is this? Simplicity. Wow. I so freaking love Group 2's reading. And then he got patience. And then he got someone else. Okay. All right. Gosh, I'm hearing a lot of messages here. All right, so let's start off with simplicity card. So again, this is self-explanatory, all right? What you would also notice with your connection with your future spouse versus your previous connections or past relationships, you would notice that it's not to say that, like what I said, that everything is going to be perfect, but you would notice that there's less drama is what I'm hearing. I really got that. With this simplicity card, you would actually feel even light as a feather, or either this person's going to make you feel really comfortable and more relaxed. Maybe because of you feeling assured or secure that this person really likes you, that this person's really into you or serious with you, right? And then you got the patience card. So for some of you viewers out there, the difference that you would also notice is that maybe, all right, this person is more patient than your previous relationships or connections. But I'm also hearing that for others of you, the reason as to why you got that patience card, honestly, I'm hearing that it might take a while. All right. So maybe, this person, your future spouse, is going to appear in your life. Let's just say 5 years from now or 6 years from now. All right. Not for all of you though, but I'm also hearing that message from spirit that it might take a while before you will actually be with this person. But hey, it's going to be worth it anyway, right? And then you got the someone else. So with the someone else, another difference that you would also noticing between your future spouse and your previous connections or relationships, for some of you, either you were in a triangular relationship. Okay. So obviously with this, future spouse of yours, I don't think that there is some sort of like, yeah, an obstacle. Maybe this person is definitely, well, not maybe, but definitely not with someone else. I feel that they're actually, not tied to another person, or at least they're no longer connected to someone when you're going to meet them or when you guys are going to be starting a relationship. Okay. For others of you, I feel as well that with the someone else card, this could be the case for, some of you in which in the past maybe this person actually cheated on you, or this person actually kind of like, yeah, tried to hide the relationship. I don't know, I'm hearing that very strong message right now, like maybe they never acknowledge. I don't know, I suddenly got that, like they never acknowledge you as their girlfriend or boyfriend. Yeah, I'm hearing that right now. But for a lot of you with this someone else, it could also be that in the past, somebody may have tried to sabotage your relationship. Like there's always someone getting in the way. But with this, connection with your future spouse, I feel that, yeah, with this feather, it's like there's less drama. That's why I really heard that. Like there's less drama, there's not much conflict. Not to say, again, like what I said, that your relationship is going to be perfect or it's going to be smooth sailing. There you go. Oh my gosh, smooth sailing. But despite of the challenges, I feel that this connection that you will be having with your future spouse, I feel that there's really less conflict or less drama that you will be witnessing or experiencing. Whereas in the past, I feel there's a lot of, obstacles. There's a lot of conflict, whether it's because they're already with someone else or somebody's trying to get in the way of your connection, or it can also be that they have cheated on you, things like that. Okay, so let's try to pull up another set of cards. Let's try this one. How different is group number two's future spouse? Okay, you got Treasure Island. Aw. I feel that this person is really going to be more, yeah, melancholic even. I don't know, I'm suddenly getting that as well. And I feel as well that for some of you, this person is somebody who can really, show you that they appreciate you as a person, or they are really going to show you that you really matter, or that you're very much important to them with this treasure island. And again, with a turtle, there's something about patience. Okay, so either of two things. Either this future spouse of yours would come into your life at, maybe not as fast as you are hoping it to be, all right? But like what I said, it's going to be worth it. But I'm also hearing, again, there's something about patience. Either this person is a lot more patient, okay? Then you got sacral chakra. Another thing that I'm also seeing with the sacral chakra is that this person is probably also more creative. That's also what I'm actually hearing. Or sacral chakra is also talking about desire, okay, or passion. So that's another possibility that this person is more passionate in the connection. Oh, yes. See, I told you. I was just talking about how this person would really try to show you how they value you as a person or how they really appreciate you. Because this gratitude card is talking about that. And it says, appreciate everything and everyone in your life. So, again, this person or your future spouse is really going to make you feel that they really, appreciate you for who you truly are, even your flaws. Okay. So this is very nice. And again, we're seeing this young child over here because earlier I heard that for some of you, your future spouse is most probably younger than you. Okay. All right. Let's see. But that's not to say that they're actually immature, right? Because I'm more of like even getting that this person is mature for their age. Oh, yes, he got the confidence, and it says assured. I just even said that word earlier, right? If you can still remember that, that's what makes you feel more, relaxed in this connection because this person is really going to assure you that they really love you and that they are really serious about this partnership. So I feel that part of what you're also going to be experiencing in this connection is that there's security, all right? Or you're feeling secure in this relationship. And again, it says oneness. So we were just talking about that earlier, in which you guys are really working together as one. There's partnership, which makes a relationship or any relationship successful. Another thing is that, yeah, with this confidence, either they're also a lot more confident to express how they feel, all right, or they're also very, yeah, I'm hearing from spirit that this person has a healthy ego as well. That's another thing that I'm also getting. Oh, wow, look at that. A deep breath. See, there's something about you feeling relaxed. It all started when I saw the what was that? Simplicity card. Light as a feather. I keep on getting that. Like you would definitely feel a lot more relaxed, a lot more calm, okay, in this connection. Because again, I keep on hearing that for some of you in your previous connections or relationships, there's a lot of drama, okay? There's a lot of drama. But in this partnership with your future spouse, you definitely, notice that it's less, stress. Okay, less stress or less drama. Okay, all right. Let's try to pull up another card here. Let's try this one. Oh yeah, because this is your future spouse. Now you got the wedding, and with this wedding card, what it just means is that this person is really committed to you. Okay. This person is really serious to really deepen the connection. Because maybe this is just basically talking about how some of you may have felt that your connection is not growing, or you are kind of like seeing a lot of stagnant energy in your connection or from your previous connection or relationships. But the fact that this is your future spouse, you're going to be marrying this person, this is a sign that they're really, serious to be with you, to build a future with you. Okay. And again, with this wedding card, I'm also hearing that for some of you guys, the difference that you would also notice is that this person is probably also not married. That's really what I'm hearing. So maybe for some of you guys, you may have got yourself involved. Not all of you, but some of you probably got into a third party relationship, or you probably fell in love with someone from your past who's already with someone and they're not available, right? But with this wedding card, what I'm actually hearing is that the difference that you would notice is that this person is actually available, and the fact that this is your future spouse, you're going to marry them. There's no drama, there's no third party issue going on, right? So, yeah, I love this. I love this for group number 2. What else? You got magnetism. Wow. And it says here there is a gravitational pull to each other. So the chemistry between you and your future spouse is really, really going to be intense. Okay. There's that really strong pull between you both. All right. Between you and your future spouse. What else, Spirit? Okay. You got death. Real estate. And then you got schedule. Wow, this is very straightforward. So based on these 3 cards, what Spirit is trying to say here is that um, the difference around this connection between your future spouse and your past relationships is that this person is really willing to invest. Because this real estate card is also talking about investment. So you would also notice that they're more invested into this connection as well. And it's not just you, right? Because remember, you have a lot of cards around balance. So I feel that in your previous relationships or connections, you felt as if that, like what I said, it's only you who's pulling up a lot of effort. You're more invested into this relationship, but this person is actually not. So that's the difference that you would notice, that this person is also invested into the relationship. With a death card, this is just a sign that they're more committed, that they're not willing to, just give up on this relationship right away just because you encountered some issues in your partnership, all right? Which means that they're really committed to work with you. They're really committed to build a future with you, all right? With this schedule as well, I'm more of like getting chased. Look at this guy. This guy's chasing this image of the clock. So maybe in your previous connections, you probably noticed that you're always the one who's, again, chasing after the connection, right? So the difference that you would notice with your future spouse is that there's no more chasing, all right? Because this person is really going to show you anyway that they also feel the same way about you, all right? And that would actually make you feel assured and secure that I don't need to chase, all right? I don't need to prove my worth to this person. What I'm actually getting here is that this person is also going to be doing their part to prove to you and let you know that they're serious with you, that they are really invested in this partnership with you. Oh my gosh, I so freaking love Group Two's reading. Let's try to pull up another card here. What else, Spirit? How different is Group Two's relationship with their future spouse versus their past connection? Okay, you got Thorn. Ooh. Yeah, you got Labyrinth. And then you got Ephemeral. Okay, so what I'm actually getting here based on these 3 cards, well, with this Thorn, again, it's not to say that you won't experience pain, you won't experience, problems with your future spouse, all right? Because that is actually, not true. There's no such thing as a perfect marriage, all right? You would definitely encounter challenges, problems. But I feel that with this Thorn card, this is just basically talking about how your previous connections or, past relationships really did hurt you deeply. Because I even heard from Spirit that for some of you, you were in a very toxic relationship or an unhealthy, let's just put it that way, unhealthy connection. Okay. They're also showing me here with this labyrinth that maybe in your previous connection, you really felt lost and confused. All right. Because I'm drawn to this labyrinth image or the maze and all that. It's like you don't know where is this going? What is going to happen? And again, Spirit is showing us based on the cards that we pulled up earlier that there's clarity. All right. In which you're actually feeling more secure and confident within yourself that, okay, yeah, this person likes me. All right. Honestly, you don't even need to watch pick a card, okay? Because you already know that this person is into you. Yeah, I so love this. I'm also getting here, by the way, that for some of you, another difference that you would also notice in this connection is that you and your future spouse are really kind of like, I don't know why I suddenly heard it's like you can read each other's mind. I really heard that. Like, maybe that's why you got the simplicity card. Like, it's less complicated because of it's like you really understand each other, right? It's not forced. I keep on hearing that as well. It's not forced. It's not a connection that you really need to chase after this person or do something extra just to maintain the relationship or to win this person into your life. That's more like what I'm getting. Wow. All right, let's try to pull up another card. What else, Spirit? How different is group number two's future spouse from their previous connections? Oh, okay. So it's a soulmate. So yeah, your future spouse, group number two, is your soulmate. All right. Yeah, with strong soul connection or partnership. Maybe that's why you got the magnetism card, in which the attraction is really, really intense. There's that really strong, pull that you have for each other. And it says here, life partner. Aw, and look at that. They're actually seriously, sitting down and talking to each other. So that's why I got the friends card. It's like you are really going to be witnessing that yourself or experiencing that in your connection with your future spouse. That you guys are also best friends, that you can be open towards each other, right? Yeah, because in the past, maybe there's that, yeah, issue around deception, because the backstabbing card is talking about deception. For some of you, maybe there's actually betrayal that is involved. Maybe in your past relationship or past connection, this person may have cheated on you or what, or you weren't really expecting that this person is really doing something behind your back. That's what I'm getting. But yeah, there's more, something about deception and lies. But it's not to say that your future spouse is not capable of lying, all right? The point is, it's not as really, heavy as to what some of you may have experienced in your past, in which your ex probably, cheated on you, or they really actually did something that really hurt you in a very bad and deep way. That's why I got the thorn card over here. All right. Let's pull up one more. Oh, yes. Look at that. Girl with a snake. Oh my gosh. So I'm actually getting something about control. Some of you guys, maybe you were in a controlling relationship or partnership. Okay. So yeah, maybe that's why I kind of like picked up there's toxicity for some of you. So again, like what I said, what you would also notice in your connection with your future spouse is that there's less drama, less toxicity. Okay. And I feel as well that this future spouse of yours would also respect your boundaries. Maybe the relationship they've had in the past or your exes, maybe they never respected your boundaries even. Okay, so let's pull up the last set of cards. Self care. Ah, okay. All right, you got the North Node and Purpose. And then comfort zone, clinging. Okay. So based on these three cards, it's more of like a message for the viewer, is what I'm hearing from Spirit. Okay. What I actually heard is that whatever it is that you've experienced in your past connections, past relationships, Spirit is saying everything happened for a reason. There's a purpose, okay? And the purpose is for you to realize something, to learn a valuable lesson with those connections that you've had. For a lot of you, I feel that it has taught you to love yourself or to take good care of yourself first or to put your own needs first. Because maybe in the past, you always put others, needs first, or you try to give everything or you invest everything to someone that you're in love with. So therefore, it's lacking in balance, right? So those connections did not work out, yes, but it has taught you valuable lessons to love yourself. And because of that, since you are working or you will be working on loving yourself, working on self care and all that, your vibration, your frequency is also going to be changing. And this will actually help you to be led towards your future spouse. Because remember, relationships are mirrors. All right. And this is something I always say in my readings. The relationship that you have with yourself will dictate the relationship that you will have with others. So if you love yourself, you respect yourself, then people around you would also learn to love you or respect you. All right? Because everything starts from you. So this is basically just talking about that maybe in the past, at that time, you really don't love yourself. All right? And those connections has taught you to put your own needs first, to look after yourself, all right, to respect yourself, right? And then you got the clinging card as well, all right? So there's also something about, I don't know, I'm getting codependency. It can also be that for some of you, that's the valuable lesson that you needed to also learn and to heal from, okay? But I'm also getting here as well that for others of you, in your past relationships or in your previous connections, maybe you've dealt with somebody who's kind of like, yeah, afraid to take a risk. That's also what I'm hearing because the fact that I'm kind of like getting a message from Spirit that your future spouse is more of like a risk taker or is not afraid to fight for this relationship or to show you even that they're really into you. Okay. I feel that majority of you guys, you've dealt with somebody from the past who's just trying to guard themselves and not wanting to show you that they're also into you, that they are also interested in you, things like that. There's a lot of control is what I'm actually picking up, okay? And yeah, there's also something about possessiveness. So maybe either this is talking about your experience from your past relationships. Maybe you were in an abusive relationship or your person was more clingy or they are actually really, possessive of you. Because again, you got the card that talks about boundaries. So they're actually showing me here that your future spouse is somebody who's capable of respecting your boundaries. All right. How beautiful is this? This is my favorite reading. I was so excited to talk about it. And the reason why I decided to come up with this reading is because I was inspired by this person that I know, in which she was actually talking about how different her experience was when she was with her ex. And she was with that ex for how many years? Like she thought even that she will get married to that person. And that person actually treated her as if she's a dirt. Like he doesn't even want to acknowledge her as his girlfriend. Okay, so that is a red flag. But it's a totally different experience now that she's married to this person that she really, really loves. And this person loves her so much because this person is really trying to show her that he's serious, all right, that she's special. It's a totally different, experience. And so I was kind of like inspired to come up with this topic for a reading to see what's going to be the difference between the experience with your future spouse versus the past connections that you've had. But then again, Spirit is actually saying everything happened for a reason, all right? You don't have to hate those people from your past. Always remember that we have to perceive situations from a different, point of view or a higher point of view. Just look at it as, all right, yeah, it didn't work out. That person really treated me, like a dirt, let's just say. But I learned from that, experience. I learned from that partnership. It's just teaching me some valuable lessons, right? Because this is helping for your soul to grow even. And eventually, like what I said, with the lessons that you will be learning from your past connections, this is going to help you to improve and for you to attract a far more healthier relationship in the future. In this case, it's actually your future spouse. All right. So there you go. Group number 2. I so freaking love your reading. I'll see you again next week. Bye. All right, it's your turn, group number 3. Let's find out how different is your future spouse or your experience with your future spouse from your previous connections or past relationships. Let's get started. Spirit guides, archangels, and angels, please provide some guided messages for the collective who chose group number 3. All right, you have the Emperor. Oh my gosh, yes. You got the Devil in reverse. Beautiful. Eight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles. Oh my gosh, you got the Sun. All right, and then he got 8 of Swords. Okay. Bottom of the deck, you have the Wheel of Fortune. Wow, this is so freaking beautiful, you guys. All right, so here's what Spirit is trying to show me here based on the cards that I pulled up for you. What they're actually, kind of like saying here is that the experience with your future spouse of how it's going to be different from your previous connections, it's really huge. I tell you that. It's really, really huge for most of you because they're actually showing me even that maybe in your previous connections or your past relationships, you may have dealt with somebody who's very controlling or abusive. All right. Or there's a lot of, ego going on, like power struggle. I keep on hearing that. All right. If not necessarily they were so abusive of you or controlling and manipulative. But for some of you, I'm actually hearing there's a lot of power struggle in your past connections, or maybe this person is playing cat and mouse with you, which is, again, I'm kind of like getting that it was very immature. All right. But with your experience with your future spouse, they're actually showing me that your future spouse is somebody who's more responsible, more mature with the Emperor. Plus the fact that they're also going to be action oriented. Okay. Maybe in your past, you may have dealt with people in which they really don't know what's going to happen, or this is actually how they made you feel. You're not really sure where is this going. Okay. And you're trying to figure out, does this person really, wanted me in their life? So I feel that the experience that you'll be having with your future spouse is that there is also clear direction here. All right. Because remember, the Emperor is somebody who takes action. And I feel as well that this person is also somebody who's going to be really committed to work on this partnership with the 8 of Pentacles, okay? I'm getting a very positive energy here with the Sun, of course, right? And right above it, you actually got the Devil in reverse. So I'm really getting that polar opposite for group number 3. So maybe in the past, you were in a very controlling partnership or connection, but they're showing me here, not to say that everything is, of course, going to be perfect in your relationship with your future spouse, but at least, all right, it's less toxic. All right, there's no mind games going on. This person is just really going to be a lot more mature. This person is going to be straightforward. If they want you, they want you. They're not going to be messing around in your mind. Because I'm drawn to this devil in reverse. Like, look at that. It's like, this person is a puppet master. And I feel that this has made some of you feel really confused. And I'm talking about the experience you've had in your past relationship or previous connection. You just really don't know where is this going, okay? And I'm drawn to this person playing chess. Again, it's like everything is just a game, is also what I'm hearing. That's another message that's coming through. Maybe you may have felt that in your previous connections, these people or that person didn't take you seriously. It's like a game for them. But with this future spouse of yours, there's definitely going to be a really, complete, shift here with the Wheel of Fortune card, okay? Because I'm getting here that this person is going to be more mature, like what I said, more action oriented. They're not really going to be playing mind games on you, all right? They're going to be very straightforward. Plus, I also feel that this person is somebody who's also confident. I keep on hearing the word confidence. So maybe in the past, you were in a relationship or in a connection in which those people or that person is insecure. All right. And I won't be surprised because sometimes people are very controlling or manipulative. Deep down, they're actually insecure. That is why they're actually doing those things. Okay. But with your future spouse, they're actually showing me that he or she doesn't need to do those things. All right. They have a healthy ego. They know their value, even. They know their worth. So this is really, really beautiful for you guys. Okay. Let's try to pull up another set of cards. How different is your future spouse from your previous connection or past relationships, or at least experience, of course? Oh my gosh. All right. Look at that. Reflections, and then you got Soul Cage. Uh-huh. Right. Talk about control, because this is also talking about restrictions. So I'm getting, honestly, for some of you, I'll be very honest, that you were in a toxic partnership. Yeah, let's start off with that. Because I'm drawn to the Soul Cage card. So I really feel, not for all of you, but maybe you were in a partnership where there's a lot of control. There's a lot of toxicity, okay? And I'm also getting here as well that for some of you in your previous connections or past relationships, the person or people they've dealt with, they're actually afraid to take a risk. There's something about them being afraid to take a chance or take a risk. But like what I said, your future spouse is somebody who's fearless. And they're really going to be straightforward with you. Like what I said, if they want you, they want you. All right? There's no mind games going on. Because I feel that there's a lot of holding back energy that some of you may have experienced from a previous relationship or partnership. Okay? Plus, there's something about projection when I saw this reflections card. So that's why I'm also kind of like picking up toxicity. So some of you, maybe in your previous connections, your previous partner or the person you've dealt with may have projected something towards you. Either they actually made you feel less of yourself, that you're not beautiful, you're not worthy. I don't know. I keep on hearing that. Wow. I can't believe this. Let's try to pull up more. What else, Spirit? How different is group number 3's future spouse from their previous connections or past relationships? Oh, gosh. Well, you got discipline and you got honesty. Isn't that so freaking beautiful? So that's self-explanatory, right? So your future spouse is somebody who's really, more disciplined. The fact that they're being represented as the emperor, all right, which is your divine counterpart, they're definitely mature, more responsible, very disciplined. Plus, they're really going to be more open and honest with you. maybe in your previous connections or past relationships, there's a lot of lies or deception. Either they're always hiding how they really truly feel about you. And so here you are, you're always wondering what's going on, where's this heading, all right, or does this person really want me? I'm just really getting here that maybe in your previous connection, it really lacks, honesty or openness, all right. So this is really good to see that these are the things that you would witness or experience yourself about the differences, okay? Let's try to pull up another card. And by the way, the reason why I decided to come up with this reading, because I was inspired by the story of this person that I know, in which she was just talking about how thankful or grateful she is because she is now in a very healthy partnership with her current husband, because in her previous relationships, she was actually dealing with a lot of, toxic partners who treated her as if she's like a dirt. So I was kind of like inspired to do a reading like this to find out what are the differences or how different is it going to be. Okay. So anyway, let's try to pull up another card. Oh, yes. Power. What did I tell you? Oh my gosh. I even said power struggle at the very start of this reading. And again, this is the strength card, and strength card is also talking about restriction. So this is the second time you've gotten the word restriction, okay? And again, control. Plus, I'm also picking up as well with this power card, if I'm also going to be reading this intuitively, this is talking about how your future spouse is more courageous. Remember, I kept on saying that maybe for some of you guys, you dealt with people in which they're afraid to take a risk, they're not being responsible, they're basically afraid to take ownership, all right? But this future spouse of yours is different. Look at that with this old man over here. Not to say that they're older, but it can be, by the way. For some of you, that's another clue or difference that maybe your future spouse is older than you or at least much more mature than you. Whereas in the past, maybe you've dealt with partners who are less mature, okay? It can be the age. It can also be around maturity. Plus, yeah, look at that with the lion. And lion, it's actually a representation for leadership. So I wouldn't be surprised if you're definitely going to be marrying a person who's strong, who's really much like a leader, right? Very, very responsible. And yeah, like what I said, I feel that there's less toxicity here as well because maybe in the past there's a lot of push and pull energy. There's also a lot of power struggle going on, clash of egos. That's really what I'm picking up. For others of you, I really just feel that maybe in your previous connections, this person is just basically, yeah, kind of like afraid to take a risk. There's something about that. Either they never fought, there you go. Maybe they never fought for the relationship or for this connection, even. Okay? Anyway, let's try to pull up another set of cards. How different is group number 3's future spouse from their previous connections or past relationships? Okay, you got wide open. I feel this is still connected with honesty. That's what I'm hearing. It's like this person is just really going to be open and honest with you. All right? They're not hiding anything. I just really got that. Wow. Yeah, look at that. How beautiful is this with a peace card? Aw. And I'm actually getting a very strong feeling that you guys are really going to be marrying a soulmate because I'm drawn to the image of the swans here. And swan is also symbolism for soulmate relationships, okay? And yeah, with the peace card, that is actually very self-explanatory again. Like what I told you, it's less toxic. There's less drama. This is what you're going to be experiencing. You're actually going to be feeling more at peace versus the things that you've experienced in your past. And again, this is actually not for you really to hate your past people or past person. Always remember that they actually came into your life for a reason. Okay, Spirit wanted to say that to you guys. Always remember that every, person that we come across, there's a valuable lesson that we're going to get from that experience or from that specific partnership. So Spirit wanted you guys to just look at it from a different perspective. Those connections didn't work out for you because it's just teaching you some valuable lessons. All right. Wow. But it's good to see that your experience is really going to be totally different versus the ones you've had in your past because there's peace. All right. All right. Let's try to pull up another card here. Potential. Oh my gosh. I'm really getting the word strong when I saw this mountain. I really heard the word strong. So I really feel that what Spirit's trying to say here is that this connection, even with the keyword potential, this connection has a potential to last for a lifetime. If not for a lifetime, then at least for a very long time. Okay? Maybe in the past, it really didn't last for a long time. Maybe you guys broke up after a year or after a few months. All right? That's also what I'm getting. All right, let's try to pull up more. Oh, yes. Look at that. Boundaries. Oh my gosh. Maybe that's why I could really pick up that there were a lot of toxicity in your previous connections, group number 3. Okay. And I feel that has taught you to establish boundaries. Okay. And I feel that your future spouse is somebody who respects your freedom, is what I'm hearing, respects your boundaries. Wow, I love this. Let's try to pull up another card. I'm also hearing that maybe in your previous connections, they're kind of like closed off as well or very guarded. Cycles, fate, karma, something ending, something beginning. Yeah, I was just talking about lessons, right? So for some of you guys, either you were in a karmic partnership or at least, you guys learned a lot of valuable lesson from those previous relationships. Maybe you were in some sort of like a repeating cycle or pattern that you really needed to close out that cycle. For instance, a good example would be this. Maybe you kept on attracting emotionally unavailable men or women, right? That is actually a cycle that kept on repeating over and over again for you. And no wonder you got the Wheel of Fortune card. But this is actually great to see that finally, all right, in the right time, if this is not yet happening now, that you're really going to be able to close out that cycle, which would actually help you to be led towards your future spouse. All right, let's see. What else? Oh my gosh. Wow. You got your believe and succeed. So, yeah, I'm actually getting here that the difference with your connection with your future spouse versus the ones that you've had in your past is that this has a recipe, for it to become a lot more successful. Okay. I'm also getting here that this person, for some of you, is somebody who's also very much successful in life. Okay, not for all of you, but I'm just really getting here that maybe this future spouse of yours is somebody who's more hardworking. All right, because I'm also hearing that some of you may have dealt with a partner in your past in which they are living in the come what may type of life. Versus this future spouse of yours is somebody who has dreams and goals in life, and you would really see that yourself or witness that yourself that they're really, hardworking. They really have dreams, okay? And they really do their best to be able to achieve that dream of theirs, okay? That's why I got this believe and succeed. I'm also hearing, honestly, that with this believe and succeed, this future spouse of yours is also going to not control you, because I'm really hearing the word control for group number 3, or hinder you from growing. That's more of like what I'm hearing as well. This person is going to be happy if you're successful. Because I'm also getting a lot of competition for some of you. Maybe you were in a relationship in the past in which there's a lot of competition, okay? Wow. I can't believe what I'm hearing. There's a lot of messages as well for group number three. But anyway, let's pull up another card. Okay, landscapes, places. All right. Okay, so for some of you, not all of you, they're actually showing me here that the difference with your future spouse versus the ones you've had in your past, it can also be around place, okay? Meaning that maybe for some of you guys, not all of you, your future spouse is actually from a different, country or even culture. All right. That's really what I'm getting here. So maybe in the past you used to be, you dealt with, partners or relationships in which you are of the same culture. All right, or from the same country. So I'm actually getting here that for some of you, your future spouse is actually from a totally different place or yeah, origin or ethnicity. That's what I'm getting. Oh, this is supported by your guides. That's what they're saying. Oh my gosh. Wow. All right. So your guides are basically saying, all right, that the relationship from your past didn't work out because, again, it's just going to be teaching you lessons, valuable lessons. And I feel the lesson for group number three, it had something to do with boundaries. Okay? Because since there's a lot of energy of control, all right, and I feel that some of you, it was so hard for you to establish healthy boundaries, or maybe you allowed this person to abuse you. Okay, that's more of like what I'm getting. So I won't be surprised if you guys were in a narcissistic partnership in the past, right? But yeah, those connection, and that's why I'm getting that some of you were in a karmic relationship. Okay, some of you even thought that it was your twin flame. I'm hearing that right now. You probably thought back then that, oh, I'm actually, really going to fight for this connection because he was my twin flame. I keep on hearing that, only to realize maybe later on, if not now, that it was actually a karmic connection. And that's why it's so difficult and really challenging. But then again, what's your spirit guides? Because you got the cards around spirit guides here. Your spirit guides are basically saying those connections or that connection happen for a reason as well. It's just going to teach you how to establish boundaries. For group number two, I believe it had something to do with self love, right, and self care. But for you guys, there's something about learning how to establish balance and boundaries in a connection. Wow. But this connection with your future spouse is definitely supported by your guides. Wow. I love this. What else? Ah, look at that. Tender embrace. Isn't that so beautiful? So I'm really getting here that the difference that you will be experiencing with the connection with your future spouse is that, again, there's a lot of loving energy. All right, there's gentle energy that I'm actually picking up. All right, with this tender embrace, I feel that this person is really going to make you feel that, hey, I'm here. All right, we're gonna support each other. I'm really getting that vibe. Okay, wow. And I feel as well that this future spouse of yours is really somebody from your past. Both of you are old souls. That's why, your guides, your ancestors are really going to be supporting this connection, all right? Or they're really going to help you to be led towards this connection or towards this person. Wow. Okay. Anyway, let's try to pull up another set of cards. How different will it be, Spirit? Oh, yeah. You got attraction. All right. Guided steps to great love. And it says, follow the path of ascension. See, I told you, you are definitely being guided. Okay? by spirit towards this person. So this is divinely orchestrated. I tell you that. Wow. And yeah, with this attraction card, honestly, what I actually heard is that this person would really also make you feel that you're the most beautiful and the most handsome, person in the world. I keep on hearing that. Maybe in the past, in your previous connection, this person's having a hard time giving you compliments. I keep on hearing that too. Maybe they're trying to, yeah, kind of like cover up the truth about how they truly feel. That's one. Or they never complimented you. Okay. But with this future spouse of yours, again, is going to be very expressive. They're not even afraid to tell everybody, like, I love this woman or I love this guy. All right. Or I'm proud. There's something about them being very proud of you. And they're not even afraid, to express that even in front of other people. Plus, again, there's something about them complimenting you and really appreciating who you truly are. All right. Even paying attention to the smallest details about you. Aw. And again, this is definitely orchestrated by the divine. Okay. All right. Let's try to pull up another card. Let's try this one. How different will it be? Oh, yes. Look at that. There's a lot of passion. There's a lot of passion in this connection. Woo. A lot of, chemistry is really what I'm getting. Well, I won't be surprised because I'm honestly picking up group number 3 that your future spouse is a soulmate. Okay. I'm really getting that. Is if you're really going to be concerned about labels and all that, I'm definitely picking up it's a soulmate connection. And yeah, there's a lot of fiery passion between you and this future spouse. All right. So let's see. What else? You got loss. You got trap. Oh, yeah. Speaking of control. Oh, my gosh. And then you have mask. Wow. Very, very straightforward, you guys. So what I'm actually seeing based on these 3 cards, the difference or huge difference that you will be noticing with your experience with your future spouse versus the ones that you've had in your past is that, again, there's no control. Look at that with a trap card. For some reason, you felt as if that you are not free. Okay, so I wouldn't be really surprised if some of you were in an abusive relationship or a toxic, narcissistic partnership. Okay, another thing that they're also showing me here that it has caused you a lot of damage because it says here damage. All right, with a loss, it has affected you in so many ways. And they're talking about your experience with your previous relationship. Plus, you got the mask card. So, again, there's something about lies. There's definitely something about deception here. But then again, remember, you got the honesty. So that's the difference. If in the past you were in a connection where there's a lot of lies, or there's a lot of, cheating, even for some of you, yeah, your future spouse is definitely going to be different. This person is really going to be open and honest with you. Wow. And yeah, there's something about inconsistency as well. So maybe you were in a partnership or your previous partner is somebody who's very inconsistent as well. But this one or your future spouse is going to be more, again, like what I said, more reliable, more dependable. They're really going to be consistent with you. Okay, what else? Let's try this one. Poker Face. I suddenly remembered Lady Gaga's song. Yeah, which is quite similar to the mask card and the poker face. Okay. Yeah. A lot of games. My gosh. See, I told you. I won't be surprised if you were in a connection in the past where there's a lot of games going on. Yeah. Mind games, Cat and mouse games. Oh boy, yeah, no wonder. See, you got possession and control. What did I tell you? I can't believe this. This is so crazy. Oh boy. All right, let's start off with poker face. So, what they're actually showing me here, the huge difference that you would be seeing is that maybe in the past, your previous, partner were not really showing you, like what I said, they're not really showing you about what is it that they want with you or their feelings for you. Because, again, just like the game of poker, right? You're not showing your hand, right? So, that's the difference. With your future spouse, it's just going to be so straightforward. No more mind games. Like if they want you, they want you. This is so beautiful. And again, it says risk. What did I tell you earlier? Your future spouse is not afraid to take a risk. They're not afraid to take a chance. All right. They're willing to gamble. All right. Man, I just love how everything is matching here. And then you got the wedding rings. Well, obviously, this is about your future spouse as well. All right. And it says soul connection, everlasting love. But I'm going to read this as they're really committed to you. Okay. Whereas, in the past, they weren't. They're not really serious or they're not really committed to you or they're afraid to commit to you as well. That's another difference. Some of you, either you were also involved in a relationship in which this person was married, even, and that's why they could not commit to you. That's also another difference. Maybe, of course, there's just, a possibility that for some of you guys, your future spouse is somebody who's never been married. That's the difference. Or at least they're free, all right? They're not tied to someone else. And then with the addiction card, there's definitely a lot of toxicity here. No wonder. Either there's codependency or there's a lot of control, like what I said, possessiveness. Oh boy. Where some of you, they're just basically emotionally unavailable. Whereas your future spouse is somebody who's going to be very, emotionally available to you or open and honest, right? That's the difference. My gosh. I also love Group Three's reading because it's so freaking straightforward. Let's try to pull up 3 more cards before we wrap things up. What else, Spirit? Oh, look at that. Soul ties. So, yeah, you really have this very beautiful partnership with this future spouse of yours. There's something about promise. Like, they're really going to be living up to their promise, is what I'm hearing. Oh my gosh. Ego, vanity, and pride. I am really blown away to see this card. Wow. And you got shadow side. Okay. All right. So here's what I'm seeing. With the ego card, I feel that's it. That's also one of the biggest differences. Maybe the people or the person you've dealt with from the past, they're really operating more from those energies of ego and fear. Okay, there's pride. Because when you truly love someone, right, you won't be afraid to express it. You won't allow pride to get in the way. All right, you're just really going to be open and honest. So maybe that's why I kept on hearing power struggle for some of you. And I feel that this was also, one of the biggest blockages for some of you in your previous connection, which had something to do with ego or pride or fear even, okay? Wow. But I feel that those, connections they've had, it has allowed you as well to look within or to work on your shadow, all right? That's also what I'm picking up here. But yeah, so far that's what I'm actually getting for group number 3. This is really, really beautiful. I so love your reading. I hope you also enjoyed this. And yeah, I'll see you again next week. Bye, guys.